Hey viewers, welcome to another game as Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a, I'm guessing Vayne game, because it's the only name I actually remember. Oh yeah, no that's true. We're doing a Vayne game and it's played by Cactu, or Cacta. I don't know if it's supposed to be Cactus, but it seems like that. Anyway, he's on Skype with his whole team. And his whole team is 1600 or around 1600. He's around 1800 apparently. And that's all according to his email. So I didn't actually check that. And I don't really care, to be honest. But if you want to know, then feel free to check. You see all of the names in the screen. So we are going to start off in bottom lane, obviously. And probably with Nunu as support. What's with this this font that they use here? Is that new, or did they just, or is this just the replay system messing up and putting in their own font? Anyway, so yeah, Vayne is going to go bottom lane, and she Lee Sin as the jungler. So Nunu is going to be the support. And yeah, obviously the jungler is going to start off at the wolves, so all of them kind of guarding around here, except for the top laner, obviously, because the top laner needs to go into his own lane. Vayne is just watching the river here. And yeah, they should be pretty safe. So do they have clairvoyance? Nope. The enemy team does have clairvoyance, which is kind of strange that that didn't go down. At least I didn't see it. Maybe I just completely missed it. That could very well be. And yeah, we see Lee Sin easily picking that up. Yeah, Lee Sin normally starting at red, so it's kind of a surprise that we see him going for blue early, or at level 1 here. But it seems that the enemy team is not really well, scared of that. Well, doesn't really care about that, because they didn't try to block him at red, and they were just in lane, so it's all good. So we see Vayne versus Sivir. Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Sivir is a really good early game champion, mid game champion, and Vayne is an incredible late game champion. So as long as she doesn't die in the early game, and well, Nunu stays alive as well, or well, alive for enough times. I mean, you can give her a few kills, obviously, you can give anyone a few kills. But as long as Sivir doesn't dominate the Vayne in the early game, this should be interesting mid game, and the late game should go to Vayne, when played well, obviously. I mean, it's always the case. So using the tumble to get the last hits, which is, yeah, I guess acceptable in the early game, but in the late game you really shouldn't use it for that. Then tumble becomes your escape, not just a little bit of extra damage, but early on, because you get well, the extra damage, you're going to have a better time last hitting. Because it is very hard to last hit with only 80 damage, and 20 of those are from the runes. Vayne normally uses a lot of AD runes, in case you're wondering. 12 on Sivir. So both of them using AD runes. It's just that Vayne uses a couple more. So we see 1-1-1 here on the skills. Not really a preference for one particular skill, apparently. Yeah, we see two different skill orders on Vayne. Half of them will go for Condemn, because it does the most damage. Plus it is really useful to have up whenever you need it, so you can kind of spam it with well, with the low cooldown that you get on level 5, well, relatively low cooldown, because yeah, it has a 20-second cooldown on level 1. But yeah, Tumble is the other way to go, and Tumble, yeah, when it reduces its cooldown, it's going to be really useful. And yeah, it does add a lot of damage as well, not as much as Condemn, but Condemn has a way longer cooldown. So I guess both paths, yeah, do have their merits, and obviously both paths are useful against different types of champions. So Lulu trying to harass a little bit, but yeah, Lulu doesn't do a whole lot of damage with that particular skill, the polymorph. Whimsy it is called. But yeah, the skill that actually does the most damage is Help Picks. So it does quite a bit of damage if you level it up first. And yeah, you can use it to harass quite effectively. Also the Q does quite a bit of damage, but that is AoE damage. So you might want to watch out but not pushing the lane with that. And they are doing a decent job here getting the minions, missing that last one because all of the minions started attacking the same minion. Oh, the jungler coming in, but a very nice Condemn, making sure that the jungler can do nothing else than just that initial damage, and nicely played. So Nunu really needs to get out of here. And are we going to see the first kill? No. Still 0-0 in the entire game. So a really nice gank there from Shyvana, but good reactions on Vayne, and yeah, that is what you need as an AD carry. You need good reactions. I've been playing with a lot of people who had bad reactions, and that is so annoying because it will take them several seconds to realize what's going on and to actually pick up a kill when needed. So there is a Clairvoyance going down somewhere. I thought I just saw it over here, but that can't be right. Anyhow, yeah, I really don't know where it goes down, obviously, but I thought that I caught a glimpse of it right here, but that might have been just something else. Because that would be a very stupid place to do that. Anyhow, we see on both of the champions, so Sivir and Vayne, we see the boots and health pots opening, because both of them don't have a healing support. And there's one guy who keeps posting that boots and health potions are a very bad start in the bottom lane, or in the mid lane, or in the top lane. Yeah, that's just not true. I mean, you can post it as many times as you want. No, actually, just stop posting that comment because it's just stupid. But yeah, it is just true that you want to have the sustain of the health potions. And yeah, I got a question about what is sustain. Well, sustain is the ability to stay in lane without going back. So if you have lifesteal, then you can stay in the lane because you can just get your life back up after you get harassed a little bit, or get damaged, or get ganked. So you can stay in the lane, and the ability to stay in the lane to refresh your resources, which are mainly HP but also mana, that ability is called sustain. And yeah, so you can see that the ability or the health pots provide you with sustain because they allow you to heal up 150 health for each health pot. And yeah, if you keep buying health potions like this Vayne is doing now, you keep having that additional health. And yeah, you can see here from Sivir, she gets pretty low, but because she has a health potion available, she can still stay in the lane. If she didn't have anything, if she started off with Doran's Blade, first of all, she wouldn't have the movement speed to actually get out of that. I mean, she would have been damaged a lot more. But also, she would have 3% lifesteal of 100 life, and that is not good enough to keep you alive. That's 3 life per hit, and each hit from Vayne does over 100 damage. So yeah, you can see that is not good enough to allow you to stay in the lane. And
when I first met you, I was the boss.
yeah, so that's not good.
First blood.
Anyhow, top lane gets first blood there, and that's all I wanted to say about sustain, really. If you have any questions about anything, if I use terminology that you don't know what it is, just ask in the comments, and probably one of my viewers will answer, and if they don't and I see your comment, then I will answer that. You can also send me a message here on YouTube. I don't check them every day anymore, but I still check them regularly enough for you to get an answer. And yeah, that should help you understand the game a little bit better, because it is important that you understand the concept, or the terminology, because otherwise I'm talking about nothing. And yeah, that's not the point. The point is for you to learn how to be a better gamer. Kind of the Day 9 motto, I guess. No, the point is to teach you what's wrong and what's right in place that people make, the items that they buy in, and why they buy certain items. So, for example, if you don't know what sustain is, then I can tell you that health potion provides you with a lot of sustain, whereas Doran's blades do not, and Doran's rings definitely do not. But if you don't understand what sustain is, then that is kind of a pointless point. That was excellent, excellent sentence with a pointless point. So the jungler is coming in here and doesn't miss his Q, so nothing is going to happen out of that. Obviously, that's not the way you want to gank with Lee Sin, because you can see once you miss your Q, it is pretty much over for that gank. So Sivir getting revealed there, but there was already a ward in that bush. Oh, Lulu, come on, finish Lulu. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Yeah, they should really focus with their whole team, and a nice flash there from Vayne. And Anivia is going to stay safe. So there is a Heimerdinger turret over there, which means that the dragon is pretty well protected here, because they do have vision. Yeah, that Heimerdinger turret is now going to try to finish off dragon. And oh no! Get out! Oh man, he got that kill with Ignite then, or no? I don't know. How?
An ally has been slain.
Well, I guess she got damaged by dragon. Dragon has damage over time. Yeah, nice. It's nice to have a kill like that, of course, but I really was wondering where that came from. So, Vayne really low here and is going to have to back off, so going to recall. Even if she had health potions, the good way to do is recall here, because she's low on mana, she's low on health, and the best way to deal with that is just to go heal, because otherwise you're wasting a lot of, or using up a lot of your resources to get a few more minions in this case, if he ran all the way there. But yeah, that's only a few more resources, or a few more minions. Because running from mid lane to here is about the same time as it takes you to recall, so it's only the time it takes you to run back in lane that's actually well, wasted. Once again, the ultimate coming out from oh, I forgot her name, Shyvana. And oh, a nice ultimate from Lulu, and it is going to save the Sivir here. So that was definitely nicely done. And Shyvana now out of ults, but the ultimate is really quick to recharge. And they are going to go for dragon here, because with Sivir very low, Shyvana out of an ultimate, and Lulu also very low, it is going to be pretty easy to secure this dragon without any interference. So yeah, a CV going down, that's really unnecessary, because there is no way you're going to steal that. They have no no skills to do that because Sivir had to back out. She has the big skill to finish off this dragon. And yeah, we see on Nunu the oracles already, which is excellent. I like to see oracles early on junglers as well. But in this case, Nunu can take the oracles as well, but he has to be a little bit more careful than the average jungler. And getting a stun off here, and yeah, they are going to finish that. Nicely done by Nunu, finishing that up. Well, getting that last hit on that, and they are going to run out here. Nunu needs to get out. Oh, he's going to heal up on the minions. Never mind. So as you can see, there are no more health potions on Vayne, and she doesn't really heal a lot from the last hits here, or from hitting the minions. So she has to back off, and that's exactly what sustain is. If she had like 2 health potions there, she would have been able to stay in. Well, she's really low on mana, so it may still not be a good idea. But yeah, she's going to stay in anyway, and nobody's going to come for her. Okay. Yeah, sorry, that was my mistake. Obviously. So top lane going really aggressive, and yeah, I was assuming that he was very low. Oh man! That was so low. That was indeed 1 HP or something like that. Really, really lucky on the Nidalee there. Yeah, you're not going to find her. She's just going to run out. She's not stupid. And yeah, there is a trap over here. Might as well trigger that as well if you already have a trap on you. Anyhow, we're going back to the bottom lane. Because that's where it's happening, man. That's where it's happening. It's 4-6 by the way, so they are kind of losing. They did get dragon, so I guess that makes up for about... Hang on, that's about 3 kills. And Vayne immediately going aggressive when she sees this support coming in. A heal going down, ultimate going down from both of them. And yeah, that was a good trade. That was definitely a good trade. So 1 ultimate for 2, and Sivir is still low health. She is going to try to heal up. She has 1 more health potion, but she may need to back out a little because yeah, it's already getting into that phase where Vayne is kind of dominating her. But she can still do a whole lot. Vayne starting with the Black Cleaver. Not sure if I would agree with that choice. But I guess it's an acceptable first item. It is definitely not as good as a damage item. Well, it's not as big of a damage item as Infinity Edge. And nicely done. Still has heal and flash, so or had heal and flash. Uses the flash to get out of that, and gets a relatively easy kill. Yeah, if you know how to play Vayne, then you get a lot of those relatively easy kills. But yeah, the Sivir should be doing a lot more harassment, a lot more trying to get damage on the Vayne, because Vayne has only very limited amount of sustain, 6% lifesteal, and let's see, 9% lifesteal, so must have the mastery as well, I guess. I'm not supposing that anyone picks the lifesteal runes over anything else. But yeah, Vayne is all about the attack speed, so I guess that the Black Cleaver was picked because of that. And oh, this Heimerdinger is in a really risky spot. You need to pick him off. Yeah, nothing is going to come out of that. But oh, this guy is dead. Yeah, I wanted to say in the previous fight when he used flash instead of heal that was going to bite him in the ass, and now indeed this if he had flash, he would have been able to flash over this and get a free kill on Heimerdinger. So flash is worth more than heal, and it's not just about things like cooldown or anything like that. Flash is just a huge utility spell. So if you can choose between flash and heal, or flash and any other spell really, you should try to save your flash as long as possible. And yeah, if you don't deal with the Heimerdinger, by the way, so I don't know what score he has currently, 4-0 with 160 minions. If you don't deal with him, he's going to dominate every team fight, and people don't realize that. People think he is a weak champion, but he really isn't, especially if you have a team that works with you. He can be very strong. And yeah, the dragon just came up. They need to go for that, and they do lose the turret. Once again, the strange font there. And they lose the top turret as well, so not a good game so far. Well, it is a good game, but not really going the way they had hoped it. And Nidalee getting a little bit too greedy there, trying to invade the enemy jungle without any support. And yeah, that was a little bit risky on her part, but yeah, she is well ahead. And yeah, there she gets the red anyway. Two guys going into the enemy jungle here, and I should be able to pick off all of them. So Vayne coming in, going to finish off the Shyvana first, which is a great choice for a first target, and runs the wrong way here. But they are going to be able to pick off the other two as well. Oh, flash from Heimerdinger. Yeah, obviously cannot account for that. But ooh, getting really low. But the heal going down, and yeah, very nice. Oh, and now Heimerdinger should be dead. Come on. You should really be able to pick him off with two guys. Yeah, he's not a good one-on-one fighter like this in the jungle without his turrets. But the Heimerdinger doing a good job there. And they are going to pick off the enemy ward and go for this dragon. So their smite is here, the Nunu has consumed, so they should be fine picking this off even if an enemy were to come by. And Nunu is just going to heal up, I'm assuming, yep. And well, Vayne is coming back in lane. So Vayne now going for the Phantom Dancer, which adds even more attack speed. As I said, Vayne is all about the attack speed in the late game, because she can trigger the Silver Bolts, which do a huge amount of damage to anyone. But especially, it's especially useful if someone has high armor or high health, both of which, yeah, are countered by this ability. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't go for Infinity Edge on Vayne. I mean, Infinity Edge on Vayne is still very powerful, and you should definitely go for that. And we see Sivir picking off the entire minion wave with just the two skills and a few basic attacks. And that's what she is really good with. That's why she's so strong early game and mid game. But late game, yeah, she just doesn't have the single target damage that Vayne has. Plus, Vayne has a stun where she only has a spell shield. So that's a big difference. Obviously, the stun is way better in the late game, because she can just focus one guy and just kill him instantly. So Vayne just wiping out this minion wave before the purple minion wave is even there. And going to take down this turret now. No, don't back off. Okay, or back off. So, two enemies coming in here. Nothing is going to come out of this. So there are it's 3 versus 3 here, and they could actually go for this. Clairvoyance going down over here, and it all depends on where Heimerdinger places his turrets, whether or not he's a factor in this well, in this fight. So a wasted spell shield of Sivir, and nothing is going to come of that, but they are going to pick off the turret. Yeah, if you can make her waste her spell shield instead of well, getting one of the spells to actually trigger it, especially the important spells, then yeah, you have a lot better chance of actually winning the team fight. Obviously it is one of her biggest weapons. The boomerang blade is really good early on. The ricochet is not very useful anymore. It is still pretty decent at picking off minions, but it's not a very useful skill anymore. You used to be able to do that on every hit. In case you don't know what the Sivir used to be like, then they remade Sivir, and now you can only use it every like 3 seconds or so. Which is obviously a big difference. So taking down this this turret with no minion backup, obviously there. Yeah, that is not very smart. You take a lot of damage from the turrets if you do that. So Heimerdinger, yeah, he's really dominating this mid lane, it seems. Let's see how he's doing. It's 185 versus 202. 1 kill versus 4. Yeah, he is really doing a great job of just dominating this mid lane. And that means that if you start fighting on top of his turrets, or if you allow him to place turrets where you're fighting, then you're going to lose every team fight. Unless you focus him. I mean, if you focus him, he can still go down pretty quickly, because most Heimerdingers will build a very flimsy build, making him very squishy and making it virtually impossible for him to do any damage in the team fight. In this case, we see a Rod of Ages, so that is already a good start for him to make sure that he doesn't die instantly in a team fight. Because if Vayne would if Vayne only has to hit him like 3 times, then that's going to take 2 seconds, and after those 2 seconds all of the damage, all of your AP damage is going to be 0. So yeah, you don't want that to happen, so there's obviously a good reason for you to build a little more tanky. So I'm trying to keep track of this entire team fight, but and we are godlike here, 7-0, which is really good. 8-0. And is this Heimerdinger now going to die for that? Nope, he is going to stay alive. So Vayne now healing up with the minion kills quite nicely. Bought an extra Vampiric Scepter. Would have definitely recommended her to go for that before the Phantom Dancer, but I guess it's an okay choice to go for it now if you go 8-0, because then you have a lot of gold anyway, so you're going to be able to afford it pretty quickly. Yeah, it's all about timing. You need to make sure that yeah, you have the Vampiric Scepter available at the right time. It doesn't matter how many kills you have, so if you have more gold, then you might want to buy it later than if you have very little gold, or very limited amount of gold. And yeah, very nicely done. Chasing down the Nidalee very easily, even though Nidalee has some great movement speed. And yeah, Vayne is probably one of the best chasers in the game, because she gets the extra movement speed when she chases someone. And they are going to get a very easy Baron. Yeah, the CV on Baron again, not very useful. Because if you're not going to be able to steal it anyway, why do you need to see it? There is no reason to see it. So now, for example, all of the enemies are gone for, well, for the blue team. No, yeah, the red team. They are the blue team, but in our replay they are the red team. Anyway, for the team with the CV, all of the enemies were gone, and yeah, having the clairvoyance up to spot whether they are going for dragon, for example, would be way more useful than seeing them take out Baron, where you cannot do anything about that anyway. So going really aggressive here, and this was a really risky move, but with Singe taking all of the turret shots, I guess it's still acceptable. So Singe keeping them at bay and making sure that nobody is going to disrupt them from doing from taking out the turret. Vayne is going up for this minion wave, and the rest of the team scatters, tries to get the blue buff, the top lane, and probably a little bit of jungling done. So all in all, they did some pretty early damage with the Baron buff. Still about 2.5 minutes remain on that. So the entire Baron buff is 4 minutes, so every quarter is 1 minute. So we're currently here, so that means we have 2.5 minutes left on that. So they still have plenty of time to get the team back together and push another turret. Probably the best turret would be bottom lane, because once they have bottom lane turrets, it's going to be close to the inhibitor, and you get top turret thrown in for free. You don't even need Baron buff for that. But currently it is 16 to 12, so they did come back from the deficit in kills, and they definitely did do a good job of getting the dragons. I think they got 3 dragons now, and that is obviously a major advantage. Are there really 2? Yeah, there are 2 fresh wards. Excellent. Plus he just warned them that there's a ward there. I don't really understand what the point of that was. Yeah, if a ward almost times out, then sure, you can do that. Wow. That wall, man. That was an excellent Anivia wall, allowing everyone to just keep hammering on this enemy champion and allowing them to get their a very easy kill. So Nunu has a lot of wards. Also has the Zeke's Herald, which is an excellent item to help out the Vayne, because it adds the extra lifesteal. And unfortunately he does go down now, so there is no more extra lifesteal now. And they are going to go in for this Sivir, but no, they're not going to get her. Slow going down on... Oh wow, this is so much damage. No, she's not going to live. Yeah, Singe was trying to keep them out of there. He was getting slowed in turret range, but he couldn't really protect the Anivia. Anivia would have died anyway. And yeah, I cannot read that. So apparently they do realize that Heimerdinger does a lot of damage. So Vayne and Heimerdinger are at the same number of minion kills currently, whereas the Sivir is about 80 minion kills behind. So that's a lot. Obviously not dominating as early in the game. So Vayne doing a good job with the Nunu support of keeping Sivir away from the farm, making sure that they can dominate that early game. Even though Sivir has the Boomerang Blade, and the Boomerang Blade is so annoying early game. You can not only pick up a whole lot of minions with it, you can just do a whole lot of harass with it too. So there is a ward over here. We just saw them place that. And Nunu's still alive with his oracles. Oh no, he died, so he bought a new one. He died 4 times already, so maybe not the best choice. Now the Oracles is really invaluable for well, for the team, because you need to know that a Baron or Dragon or the bush you're standing in has no ward in it. Because if your Baron is warded and you go and try to sneak a Baron, try to, yeah, just be sneaky about it and are like, well, if the enemy doesn't come, we might be able to get this. Yeah, that is not a good thing to have if there is a ward. So with the Oracles you get the security of, well, no wards being there. And yeah, someone needs to pick up the bottom lane farm while the rest are still defending this. No, don't fight on the turrets. Lots of damage going off on the Vayne, and actually going to get really close. Oh, nice slow from... Wow, that slow from Nunu just saved her, and now she's going to be able to go back into the fight, and Anivia really needs to get out of there. But yeah, there is no more fight, so... Yeah, with her lifesteal, she can actually go back into the fight after something like this happens. As long as she doesn't get focused. She has 13% lifesteal. That's not the important part. The important part is that she does almost 300 damage per shot. So you can see that the amount of life you get back is now increasing with every time she gets a new item. And a little bit of magic resist now. Probably going to be a Banshee's Veil, and it is probably going to be yeah, or definitely bought that for the Heimerdinger. As I said, when you leave Heimerdinger alone, you will get a lot of damage done onto you in team fights. He is so powerful in the late game if he gets to farm, and yeah, farming with Heimerdinger is as easy as just putting down the turret and running away. So it is really easy. No, that is not a good spot, Nunu. That is not a good spot. You need to place it over here. You want advanced warning. You don't want a warning when they're already on top of you. So, nice stun going off and immediately getting that kill on Shyvana. And with Shyvana gone, there is no smite on the enemy team. And without a smite, yeah, they're going to easily be able to do this. And there we go, getting the Baron. And come on, go for the Heimerdinger. Kill him. No, he's still alive. Where are we? The rest of the team is following Sivir. They really should try to pick off this Heimerdinger. He is the one that's doing all the damage. And once they pick off the Heimerdinger, it should be easy enough. Come on. There we go, finally. So I'm sorry I missed the kill there. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to get all of the interesting fights in here. And yeah, Vayne going for this turret.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
And they are going to get that turret. So once again, Anivia needs to get out of there. She is really low. And ooh, an ultimate from from Shyvana. Oh, and a failed flash. Unfortunately, the wall fails as well. So only Vayne goes after her, but Vayne is going to be able to pick this off. Yeah. As I said, she's a great chaser. With the new Sivir, I guess Sivir can chase pretty well too. But yeah, Vayne is just, yeah, she gets that buff whenever she runs towards the champion, so it doesn't even need to be in range. There are no other restrictions to that. So getting polymorphed here, which is pretty annoying, but going to get this turret anyway. There's no way the enemy team can kill them or protect this turret. And wow, see, that's what happens to Heimerdinger if he doesn't build tanky enough. And a nice triple kill here from Vayne. Vayne going to completely dominate these turrets now. And with Nunu tanking the turrets, they should have enough HP for now at least.
Your team has destroyed
And there we go, getting an inhibitor. And then going onto the Nexus turret hopefully, but yeah, they are going into the Nexus turret in a minute when all of the minions go down. Yeah, obviously you want that second inhibitor if you have it for free. Well, Vayne goes out, so everyone needs to back off now, including you and Nivea. And yeah, they're going to push the bottom lane because bottom lane turrets are now for free. It's the same principle as I said earlier. Once you push one lane, the enemy will have to defend that lane. So in the case of, well, a huge minion wave coming in with super minions, yeah, there aren't super minions yet, but when the super minions come in, they will need to defend that lane, and you're going to get these turrets for free because there's no way they can do anything about that. And so much damage on Vayne. So many shots per second. Huge damage in general. I mean, over 300 damage now. Really does need the come on, Last Whisper normally, but I don't think anyone has any armor. Lulu has some armor. Well, Shyvana has some armor, but that's about it. Yeah, well, Shyvana has armor in her ultimate as a passive. And yeah, all in all, not a whole lot of armor. That's why she can get away without, or she can get away with it. And once again, Anivia getting caught here in turret range, and once again dying, even though she has Aegon. Yeah, you should really, if you play Anivia, you really want to use that egg for good, in good situations. You want to use it in the correct way. You don't want to die in turret range with turret aggro on you, because that is not good. So obviously Vayne is going to own these turrets in 3 seconds, and then going to go on to destroy this Nexus. So 19-0. That is, it wasn't complete domination in the beginning of the game because they were behind, but once she got a few items going, definitely played very well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Definitely a better gameplay than the average one that I get. And I'm really happy that I could at least show you this. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. GG.